Hi everyone, in this video session let us discuss the concept of memory reference instructions. In my previous video of computer instructions, I discussed about memory reference, register reference and input output instructions very clearly. But when coming to memory reference instructions, it is a very important topic. Let us explain them very clearly. If you have any doubts, comment below and share to your friends and subscribe my channel. Now let us go to the concept of memory reference instructions. In the instruction cycle, we have a decoder named as D7 which is used to specify the type of instruction. When the D7 bit is equals to 0, it specifies it is a memory reference instruction, or else it specifies the register or input output instructions. Now coming to memory reference instruction, here in memory reference instruction it consists of 12 bits of memory is for address field and 1 bit for addressing mode, that is either direct or indirect, and opcode specifies the mode of operation. So here the main task was performed by the opcode. So here opcode specifies the type of operation. It may be either AND or add or load or store or burn or BSA or increment. So in this way the opcode is used to specify the mode of operation. So let us explain it very clearly. When the opcode value is 0, 0, 0, it specifies AND operation. Similarly, remaining operations will be performed, and here I bit value will be either direct or indirect. So when the I bit value is 0, it specifies direct, and I bit value is 1, it specifies indirect operation. So when it is occurred as after D7, D8, D9, D10, so up to D15, D14 we have the operations. So when I bit value is equals to 1, then D8, D9 are represented. When I bit value is 0, D0, D1, D2, D3 are represented. So in this way the operations are occurred. Here there is a decoder which consists of 3 inputs coming from the opcode, and the outputs are connected to the control logic gate. So this control logic gate will specify the type of operation when the inputs are coming from the decoder and gives the specified outputs. Now let us explain them in detail. Coming to AND to AC. So AND logic operation on bits of AC and the memory word specified by the effective address result in the transfer to the AC. So here AND operation is performed between the accumulator and the data register. So here why we are using the data register? Because we cannot perform the AND operation directly to the address register. So the content of the address register has to be transferred to the data register. After transferring the data to the data register, we will perform the AND operation. After that we have to put the sequence counter to 0 for the next operation. I think so you understood it. When the value D is 0, AND operation will be performed. When the D value is 1, it performs add operation between the accumulator and the data register. Here the data register consists the data transferred from the address register into the data register. So addition between the content of the memory word specified by the effective address to the accumulator. So the effective address was transferred to the data register. So the addition between the data register and the accumulator will be performed here. Sum is transferred to the accumulator. So after the addition occurred, the output will be transferred to the accumulator, and carry out is transferred to the E is nothing but an extra bit register. So the carry output will be transferred to the E, and after the completion of the operation, sequence counter is set to 0. Next, when the D value is 2, load operation will be occurred. Content of the memory word of effective address is load to the accumulator. First, memory address is transferred the content to the data register. After transferring the content to data register, it is transferred to the accumulator. That nothing but it is loading the data to the accumulator. After completion of operation, sequence counter is set to 0. Next, store accumulator. So content of data inside the accumulator is stored in the memory address. Content of AC is moved to the effective address of the memory word. So accumulator consists of some data. So this data has to be stored. So this data is stored in the memory address, which consists some effective address. After completion of operation, sequence counter is set to 0. Next, branch and conditionality allows programmer to specify an instruction out of the sequence and the program jumps unconditionally. It is very important. So here in this bunch instruction, if a programmer is performing some instruction, when the bun is instruction is applied, then that instruction will be stopped and it jumps to the next instruction. Okay, did you get my point? If a programmer is performing one instruction and when bun is applied, so that instruction will be stopped and jumps to the next instruction unconditionally. So here address register is directly transferred to the program counter. That means, so when the program counter specifies some address, so that address will perform the task. So directly address register is transferred to the program counter. So program counter will perform the tasks directly and the previous instruction will be stopped. After completion of that instruction, sequence counter is set to 0. I think so you understood it. Next, after BUN, branch and save return address. So here in this branch and save return address, first branching occurs. So BSA stores address of the next instruction in sequence into a memory location specified by the effective address. So if we are performing a certain instruction, that instruction will be stopped and go to the next instruction, and after completion of this instruction it will be returned back to the old instruction. While in bun, when the instruction is halted, that means when the instruction is stopped and gone to the next instruction, it will doesn't go back to the return address, but in BSA it will be returned. So here I consider an example. So at in the memory at 20th address we have BSA operation or instruction. So at 135 we have the operation. So PC is equals to 1, that means we consist the next instruction. So at 135 we have the address. So here address will be incremented by 1. So when the address is incremented by 1, it becomes as 136. After incrementing the address, we will transfer the address to the program counter. So here in this table we can understand it very clearly. When it is incremented, after incrementing, address register is transferring the data to the program counter. So here program counter is equals to 136. When program counter is 136, subroutine starts. Subroutine is nothing but a package of instructions. So subroutine consists of some instructions. So after execution of that instructions, we will have another instruction named as bun, which is an indirect instruction. One specifies that it is an indirect. At 135 we have some address. So we will go to 135. At 135 we have some address. So it specifies that it is an indirect addressing mode. At 21 we have the next instruction to be executed. So first bun means nothing but jumping to the next instruction. So we are jumping from 135 to 21 because initially 21 was stopped, we were jumped to 136. After executing of 136, we are again going back to 21, that is the previous instruction. Here it is specified as the next instruction. I think so you understood it very clearly. Coming to the next instruction, increment and skip if 0. So I will explain it. Increments word specified by the effective address, so it will increment the data, and if the incremented value is 0, then program counter is incremented by 1. So guys, here at D6, memory address is transfer its content to the data register. After transferring the data into data register is incremented by 1. After transferring the after incrementing the data, we are again transferring the content into memory address. So if the data register is equals to 0, when it was incremented by 1. So here when the data register is even incremented by 1 is equals to 0, then we will increment the program counter. So program counter is incremented by 1. That means we are going to the next instruction. Okay, we are going back to the next instruction, and again sequence counter is set to 0. It shows that we are skipping if the data register is 0. So we are skipping to the next instruction. I think so you understood it. If you have any doubts, comment below and share to your friends and subscribe my channel. Thank you everyone.